Hi, guys, and welcome to the breakdown of Bitcoin US dollar that I will be going over today. Firstly, just want to go over the indicators that I am currently using on this screen that you can see here. Of course, you wouldn't be able to understand, how I will be breaking down the Bitcoin, how I'm breaking down the charts, for example, unless you know what I'm using. So, number one, I am using the pivot points standard strategy or indicator, I should say. And then I am also using the estimated, apologies, I can just type in EMA, moving average exponential. So these are the two that I will be using here. So what I am looking at is if we start from a top-down approach, let's start with the monthly, right? So this is what I'm going to be looking at first, and this is how I always do it. Obviously, we can tell from literally November of last year, we have been moving down. And since then, I have definitely been favoring quite heavily shorts. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not really looking for any areas where I am thinking, hey, Bitcoin is going to bounce back. Bitcoin is going to, I don't know, start to shoot up again. Everyone has been talking about that since November. I pulled out all of my money in November at the highest point. So I am going to be quite cocky here and say, well, I knew that was coming, kind of seen it, and I'm not looking to go in for any long-term holdings or buys. That's not what I'm looking for. However, as traders, we can still make quite a lot of money by shorting the market. And just in another lesson that I was doing today, with a student, we can still go and get a couple of buys in there. So let's continue and see what's happening. So I'm always going to be doing this. This is a bit of an introductory lesson into how I'm going to break down the markets. I will be talking like this and also breaking it down and just giving you a bit of my personal background and how I like to think about things as well, because I believe it's important for you guys to know who I am as a trader and how I get things done. So obviously we go into the weekly and we can see that, hey, you know what? We've had a bit of a jump here. Sorry, guys. We can see that we've come down, found a bit of resistance, but again, we're going to be coming down. Everyone's talking about, price points and we're coming to lower lows. I'm not really thinking that the market is going to slow down until it starts to enter this market. I believe quite wholeheartedly, much like I believe the market was going to fall in November, that we are going to fill most of this area, if not all of it, right? So again, there's nothing here that's saying that we should move out. This is a natural thing. This is healthy price action. We are balancing out all these imbalances. And right over here, we can see a massive area of imbalance right down here. That's where we're going to be going down to. That's what I'm looking for. And again, we can see using the EMA that, we're just using the EMA basically as a trampoline. There's a point finding resistance, barely breaking above it, and again, falling down really quickly. And then again, if we go on to the daily using this top-down approach, we could say, oh, well, this is a bit of a bullish pattern right here. If we go through from the highs, we can see bullishness. But again, look what's happened. We're now falling down. The amount of time it took to be that bullish from basically, you'll say here, 18th of June, all the way up to the 13th of August, that's quite a while. June, July, August, 3 months, we'll say thereabouts to get all the way up. Not very high at all. In the space of, well, let's say 14th of August to the 29th of August, so not even a month, we've basically taken out all of this. So 3 months work in less than a month, basically, guys. So again, if anyone's out there telling you that, oh, the market's going to bounce back or we're finding, resistance at these lines, I just don't see it. Potentially, we could maybe move up towards where the EMA is and fall down. But again, we're not really going to we're not going to really hop in. We're not going to see any bullishness, right? I just don't think it exists. I might be wrong. He might come back in a couple of weeks and say, hey, Alex, you were wrong. But I've been right for, well, the best part of, well, if it's the 8th now, 10 months. So I'm pretty happy with that, right? So look, we've using the pivots line, right? What we're using these pivot lines for are to show us of areas of resistance. We can obviously see that we found some resistance here, some support, I should actually say. We're finding resistance and support. We found our support line, and we're breaking through this resistance here. We could say that, well, actually, we've got... this is a hard one. All of this here, this is an imbalance. This is something that we could potentially look for it to come up. However, if we look at how bearish it's been, you know, I don't even believe that it's even going to get up there, because this one definitely didn't. It barely made it up anywhere, and then it started to fall back down. So I don't believe we're even going to get into this area. Maybe we might be so lucky to touch here, but I still believe even if we do come up to this level right here, sorry, I've obviously hit the wrong thing again. We're just going to hit this and then continue to fall back down. We've got a while to go. We've got multiple pivot lines down here where we would actually say, hey, we've got two pivot lines really close to each other to find some support. This is where I'm thinking that the market's going to be heading, right? That's where I'm going to be thinking, guys. So if we continue to go from our top down, and I'm going to go into my 1 hour, I'm not really going to go lower than the 1 hour. I'm more of a day trader. I love trading on the 1 hour. It's fine. Some points I will get down to the 15 minutes, definitely on entries. If I see something while I'm live trading here, I will move down for you guys. That's going to be really good. But again, what we can see here is the exact same story. We've just broken through this area here, and now we've got some bearishness, I should say, coming back towards this line. If, right, we wanted it to go all the way up to this line, if I was looking and saying, I think I want a buy, I want to make it all the way up here, I would like to see this bounce off this pivot line, right? This is obviously an area where the market has found somewhat both resistance here, but we have not found it as support. It's come really close to touching it. And if you've seen any of my other videos, I always say, regardless if it's Forex or it's crypto, this is not a game of perfection. If it gets really close to it, yes, I do believe that is a touch. Yes, I do believe it's valid. It does not need to come all the way down here to hit it for this to then be now turning into support, right? It's not going to happen. You're never going to get, well, you will sometimes, but not often will you get a perfect retouch, right? So this has come really close down to this line. I would say that's valid. However, currently at my time, it's 9:18 p.m. So well in the swing of the London market. There should be way more volatility happening right here. I would not be getting in for a buy unless I see a massive candlestick getting printed out. But look, 1, 2, 3, 4 candlesticks, massive wicks. The market's clearly trying to go up, but just cannot find the strength. It can't find the strength. If we were to see real strong bullish movements start to come out from here, then yes, I might be interested in a buy to this level. But what I am looking for is actually at this level to hop in for a sell, or more likely this to now break underneath. This is going to be the high, and then it's going to fall all the way down. That's what I'm looking for. Those are the two options that I can see. I would be saying, well, you know what, I think those are the most likely. And even if we go and we use the Fibonacci sequence, right? Fibonacci retracement, I should say. From wick to wick. We've basically come up into that 3.382 line. We found resistance on it already. And I think we could even just fall down. Obviously, it's really nice in this area here that we pointed out previously. look, there's a lot of imbalance in there. That looks really good. That looks really nice. But look, again, we can find roughly around here that the market has used this as a rebound to go up previously. I'm just not that convinced that it's going to be able to get up. It could do it, it could come all the way up here and then fall down, but that's not what I'd be looking for. If the market does start to come up into here, and I will go over this tomorrow, see what happens, then again, I'm still going to be looking to get into a sell because I think this is just going to absolutely fall through the face of the earth and come somewhere down here. But yeah, until then, I don't really know. And even if we do go in that 15 minutes, more signs of bearishness. Basically, a triple top just here. Yes, I know the candlesticks aren't all closed in the same place, but what did I just say? Crypto is not a game of perfection, right? If we go and we look at even where the wicks are stopping, it's all basically around this area. One wick touching, wicks around here. We've got the closest thing to a triple top down here. I know it's a double bottom as well. It's basically consolidating in the market right now. We've got big consolidation. Doesn't look that bullish. This all looks like bullishness, right? We've even got a higher high, barely, but we've got it over here. Now we've got a lower high. Higher low, but again, we can just see that the market is consolidating. So what I would be saying on Bitcoin US dollar, guys, is just wait. We're on Tuesday during the week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's going to start making its moves and telling us what's actually going to happen. Anyway, that is it from me. I will be back tomorrow with a breakdown. I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I will speak to you later. Thanks, guys.